Food is not food anymore. Like, do you know what azodibicarbonamide is? Well, it's an ingredient that's banned in Europe that's used to make foam plastics like yoga mats and shoe soles. Now, we put it in our bread because it makes the dough rise faster, which means more output per hour and more profit for the manufacturer. There's also another ingredient called diacetyl tartaric acid esters of mono and diglycerides. It is a dough conditioner that strengthens the dough and keeps it soft for weeks, extending the shelf life, aka, once again, more profit. The downside is that it leads to inflammation of the heart. Calcium propionate, a preservative. It prevents molding, which maybe a lot of us haven't seen in our food in a while, but it does happen naturally if you don't eat your food. It is linked to a bunch of developmental issues, motor and cognitive impairments, language delay, dementia, seizures, autism. In fact, here is a pretty long list of chemical ingredients that are commonly found in our store-bought bread here in America that's banned or restricted in other countries. So if you're feeling bloated, foggy, tired, inflamed, breaking out, or just off, you might want to check the bread that you've been eating.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. I'm going to start by giving all glory and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHam, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHam, QADASH. And I'm YAHAWAH for dancing before Florida for the King Prophets of Babylon. Come another quick hit through this being powered by YAHAWASHI. Low in to edify and feed the sheep. Double honors that I was an apostle, great millstone, teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers of pushing this work and truth and sincerity to the scattered BARAK. All right, and I was, watching this video, all right, with this bread, all right, that we eat here today, man. I just showed you going into the scriptures, all right, that we are yet this day in our captivity, man. Okay, that everything that here, we are, all right, bounded by, okay, it's just to pretty much jack us up, man. All right, because we able to shake these things, man, until YAHAWASHI, all right, deliver us from out of these conditions that he put upon us, man. All right, and one of those conditions was that we're going to be eating that defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, man. All right, and in the video you can see it. All right, so this is not bread; it is chemical. Is it a chemical sponge? That's right. And the things that we eating here have nothing but chemicals in it, man. All right, everything that we consume, everything that we try to, get to the healthiest as possible, all right, it's all still contaminated with some type of toxins or chemicals, man. All right, there's no way around it, okay, being here in America where everything is flourishing in wickedness, all right? And watching this video and this guy expounding on the things that, the what's really called, okay, some weird name, okay, within this bread really just goes back into things that was being used, all right, for yoga mats, all right, that was being used for chemicals to add on to things that were more so just not food. Is wild, okay, because Esau will have it labeled right on, the back of it, like that's what's, supposed to be in it. All right, simple things like bread is only a few ingredients, man. But here in America, where, things are so complicated and it's just confusion left and right, it's just normalized, okay, because Esau has brainwashed millions of people with thinking that this is okay. All right, and this is why scripture goes into there saying that they are the wicked, man. All right, and identify him the wicked because only he will do these things. So let's go and grab these scriptures and bring it out. Lo, in this lesson is edifying to you, YAHAWAH, the seeking Lord in truth and sincerity. All right, going into Micah chapter 2, verse 10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction." That's right. And being here in America, all right, everything is contaminated with something, man. All right, it don't matter if it's been across the seas and it came over here straight fresh. Esau have it just sitting in a warehouse being contaminated by heat, man. Okay, it could be your water. It could be your things that you go purchase. As simple as your meats. Okay, your vegetables. All these things are somewhat tampered with, man. Okay, for lack of better words. And this is where you try to find rest in, man. In a place that's completely, slowly trying to kill you off, man. Okay, pursuing to what is that? Psalms 83. This is the craftiness of these devils that they then came into agreement to eliminate you, man. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. But reading that again, Micah 2:10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." This is not a place of rest where you're eating to your death, man. All right, you eating things that can take you out. This is why we need YAHAWASHI, man. This is why, we desire to get the hell up out of here, okay, every day, because more and more this place just get wicked and more wicked and more wicked. All right, and that's only going to get worse. It says, "Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction." That's right. So just knowing that this place is only a place where it's going to just lead to destruction, why find rest here, man? Okay, it's a sword destruction. This is why we need YAHAWASHI. These devils trying to take us out, man. Okay, they have a main target. All right, and their target is you Jakes. Okay, you Hispanics and Native Indians. It says, "Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction." When you go to that word sword, it means distress, sicknesses, and so on and so. And that's what you heard in this video. All right, this guy expounding on certain things that this is not even readable, pronounceable. Okay, and he has it where he's trying to pronounce the word, and he struggling himself. So looking at that, what do you think? If you can barely pronounce a word, but it's in your food, that's something you should question, right? But jumping to the book of Ezekiel 4, okay, chapter 4, verse 13, it says, "And the Lord YAHAWASHI said, even thus shall the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them." That's right. And that's what we're seeing today. Our people, eating the defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. Okay, you have it constantly, you turn around, you see some type of fast food restaurant, you see some type of, sick, all right, store being set up right across the street from Jake. All right, it could be a brand new Burger King, it could be a brand new, fast food joint, or it could just be a place where it's just the foulness that's there, and Jake gonna go running straight to it, man. Okay, well, let me go get these crabs, let me go get these, let me get this. Jake be all full of joy when they go get these things, man. But the scripture says we eating our defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, man. Okay, you're destroying yourselves. Okay, you're completely going against, as the scriptures say, the things that we're not supposed to eat or do. Okay, or follow out the, not supposed to follow out the way of these other nations, man. All right, but we're at this day in our captivity where we are, as a nation of people, okay, eating these things, all right, which is destroying us, man. All right, verse 30, reading again Ezekiel 4, chapter 4, verse 13, "And the Lord YAHAWASHI said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them." Now let's get the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48, because now, not only we eat the defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, we're putting on things as well, okay? The things that, we'll be surrounded around, okay, whatever it might be of, all right, we go into these devils for it. Okay, so not only is the food, but it's the clothing, all right? It's the things that we thirst for, okay, etc. So let's grab that in Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. And it reads, it says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord YAHAWASHI shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. So this is the problem that, we done went and did things that caused the Lord to jack us up, and the repercussions of it is being in the hands of our enemies. And this is the outcome of what the stress that we're under. You see, if we got to go to Esau for whatever it might be. It could be you need to go buy something at the store. You got to go to this devil. You need to go take care of something at the bank. You got to go to this devil. You need to go, you might trip and hurt yourself or whatever the case might be. You got to go to these devils, man. All right. So whatever it is, we have to, go to them. Okay. Because we are in the hands of our enemies. Okay. And what is he going to do with that opportunity? Scripture says, he won't be satisfied with blood, right? It says, continue in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. The latter part says, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And that's their ultimate goal. All right, that he want to destroy you. Okay. And this is something that the devils know, okay, that, all right, they got to come to us for this. They got to do this for whatever it is. They got to do this. So why not take full advantage? And that's that Psalms 83, as I mentioned earlier, come into play, man. Okay, and our people are completely mentally destroyed, all right? They once had us yoke and chains, and now they have it on your minds, man. Okay, that's why you got these. You got our people running around looking crazy out there. Okay, dressed up crazy, looking crazy. Doing shit that's crazy. These YNs, man. Our people are mentally enslaved. They are mentally jacked up. Okay, and this is the benefit that comes with, all right, being in this system that's full of not rest. There's no rest in. Okay, you get mentally destroyed, and you get attacked by multiple different ways. Okay, because these devils and these other nations have it out for us, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, which we know he's in power. Okay, proceeding to what Job 9:24. I grab that. It says, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and only the wicked will be seeking to contaminate your food, your bread, the things you eat, even that you breathe, the air that you breathe in. All right. And you see these presidents, it's always been Esau, Edom, man. So it's not hard to miss. Okay. Unless the Lord put in your eyes not to see. But it says, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, and it's just not hard to miss. All right, this is the wicked that the scriptures goes into. All right, that the Bible speak of, man. All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and he's been doing this for a long time now. Okay, and he coming to the end of doing all this, so he gonna go all out. So if you're trying to find rest here, you're through, man. All right. And it's as simple as the bread that's here. Okay. In America, that's so jacked up. Everything is here jacked up, and you got to do the best you can, of course. All right. You try to do, you try to eat as healthy as you can, or you try to eat as proper as you can. All right. To the best of your ability. All right, but you got it where Jake is going over 600 pounds. You got Big Shirley just straight up past 400 pounds, 450 something pounds. Just completely just jacked up, man. Full of nothing but poison and toxins and chemicals. You see? but only the wicked will bring forth those things. Right? We'll close it out with this Proverbs 29 verse 2, where it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what you've seen in this video with this guy, pretty much complaining and identifying, all right, and warning others of what? Okay, what's in these stores. All right, mourning about the fact that he got to go to a store and know that he got to see these weird long ingredients and something that shouldn't be in there. And that's just not one individual, that's millions of people, man. Okay, that's seeing these things. So the people are in a state of, they don't know what to trust, and they don't know what's going on, and they worry for eating this and eating that, and that's because the wicked rule. Okay, but as the scripture says, when the righteous come in, are in authority, the people will rejoice. And that's sort of, this whole place after this is utterly destroyed. All right, the righteous in authority. Okay, there's gonna be righteousness flourishing. Okay, through YAHAWASHI. Okay, when things gonna be established, you're gonna be doing the things according to what's right. Okay, and we gonna establish righteousness, man, throughout the earth again. All right, through YAHAWASHI. The Lord's gonna do these things, and these people gonna they're gonna be in subjection, and they're gonna be happy. Okay, not in a state of mourning, but they're gonna be happy. They're gonna be able to rejoice. Okay, after that period of time that they have to be in captivity, man. All right, but hey, that was on my spirit to bring out low in this lesson. Was edifying to you. I'll keep my seeking all the truth and sincerity. Until next time, I say shalom.